Interroger les citoyens du West End sur Aloysius Dawson. Donc il va me manquer quelques individus. Oh les jumeaux.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
Agamemnon. C'était quelle mythologie grecque, il me semble.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
Et j'ai vu que le nom de son frère c'était Périclès.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
What kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer, exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
Les jumeaux, les jumeaux.
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Bon, bah ça c'est fait.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now.
Bon, bah parlons à ton frère alors.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid? Dr. Reid?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Non, mais tu dois le connaître.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
Euh...
I don't know. I was born and raised in London, but I feel like a stranger here recently.
You didn't answer my question, sir. But I don't blame you. Perhaps it's better that way.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. I wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Ça dépend pourquoi. Donc ça c'est... Ah si, question personnelle.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
C'est tout?
Goodbye, Mr. Bacon.
Fais un effort. Bon, lui, on a découvert un indice.
Hello again.
Non, ok. Bon.
Good.
Bon, il faudrait interroger plus de personnes. Alors, cela dit... Ouais, on va faire le tour du quartier. Ça, c'est quoi? Ok. Donc ici, il devrait y avoir d'autres personnes. Je suppose. Allez, un petit cœur qui bat là. Quelqu'un qui voudrait bien me parler. Oh, je peux aller en dessous. C'est macabre. Hein. J'aime bien. Qu'est-ce que... Ok, alors il y a des candélabres juste à côté que je pourrais mettre dessus, mais il doit y avoir quelque chose avec ces 4 pierres. Enfin, du moins pour moi ça me paraît logique. Après, ça ne l'est peut-être pas.
The fool and the empress again. What are the cards trying to tell us? Jonathan Reid. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you are a new Ekon who relishes his blood diet.
Oh là, là il me cherche lui. Il me cherche.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller then.
Oh, I can tell you many things. but they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Lui, il cherche vraiment la merde.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Ah bah, tu sais que là, je vais devoir le lire du coup.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Oh le bâtard.
Here is the money.
The glutton. A man who just eats life as a cake. A righteous ego, surprised to fall in love.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The snake, a bitter woman, smiling as she pours poison in your cup. A shaming betrayal. Hate.
Ok, donc lui, je peux récupérer tous les indices que je n'ai pas sur les autres personnes en fait. Il peut me les donner. C'est bon à savoir.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
Your heart will bleed back all the blood you drank, but it will not put out the fire your treachery has lit.
I would rather not know. How do you measure the...
I told you.
Is it
Vampire.
All right.
Ok, donc ça je peux pas savoir plus.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
She could have survived as a vampire. If only she had given me a chance to explain. If only I could have found the words.
Not all vampires accept their new condition. Since suicide is impossible, you have to find a way to get someone else to relieve the pain.
I could have saved her.
No, Jonathan.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate, and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Ok, bon bah Aloysius Dawson. Mais on doit encore parler à d'autres gens. Ça va être interminable cette histoire. On va continuer à faire le tour. Hein. Là il y a du sang. Beaucoup de sang. Alors je vais voir s'il n'y a pas quelqu'un d'autre à interroger d'abord. Parce que là-bas il y a les deux jumeaux. Par ici c'est quoi? Une sortie? Recrue de Priwen, bonjour. Salutations, au revoir. Attends, c'était quoi? C'était une porte rouge? Oui, tout à fait. Nickel. Refuge déverrouillé. J'aime voir ça. Bon, par contre, tu parles d'un refuge. Ah si, je dois monter, c'est ça. Que se passe-t-il? Il y a un lit. Là, il y a ça. Des shillings. Alors, médoc, traitement pour la fatigue. On en refait un peu. Ça, c'est quoi? Sans vif épais. Oh, nice. Ah non, c'est pas du tout le bon truc. Alors cela dit, sabre remarquable, arme de corps à corps. Ça c'est une main, deux mains. Je pourrais pas l'améliorer ici? Si. Morceau de poignée de qualité. Il m'en faut 6, je n'en ai que 3. Je ne pourrais pas éventuellement... Non, je ne peux pas. Ça serait... C'est dommage. J'aurais bien voulu... démembrer certains des objets. Alors là par contre vu que les ennemis sont tous de niveau 30, il vaudrait bien pour moi que j'améliore un petit peu mes compétences, parce que là ça prend cher. Cette attaque là n'est pas assez puissante. Voilà. Les griffes n'est pas assez puissante. Coupez la chair de votre propre si profondément que vous gagnez désormais du sang à chaque coup porté. Ok, parfait. Effet d'étourdissement, ouais, non, je préfère récupérer du sang. Ça vaudra mieux. Autophagie, ça pourrait être bien. Régénération plus importante. Le coût augmente. Plus de récupération. Plus de récupération. Voilà. Qu'est-ce qu'il me faut d'autre? Je pourrais éventuellement améliorer griffe encore. Voilà. Un petit niveau 29, c'est pas dégueu. La situation s'améliore énormément. Parfait. Ah bah c'est magnifique là. Que se passe-t-il? L'économie du quartier. Ouais, nice. Oui bah là, rien de nouveau, dans tous les cas tout le monde est mort. Comme ça c'est réglé. Ici la situation devrait vachement s'améliorer aussi. Stable. Ah, c'est pas énorme. Ici. Pas mal de gens soignés aussi. Ah, ça remonte. Voilà, c'est grave mais c'est mieux. Bon, parfait. Attends, il y avait à fouiller. Parfait. Alors je suis de quel côté là par contre? Ah bah l'entrée elle était là en fait. D'accord. D'accord. Ça marche. Alors ici je ne peux point rentrer. C'est de quel côté le manoir? Il y a encore des gens interrogés ici? Sans déconner. Ah, de l'autre côté du refuge. Ouais. Enfin, ça m'étonnerait qu'il y ait quelqu'un là-bas en soi, mais... on va essayer de revenir vers l'officier. Là. Ah, voilà. Alors, comment descendre? Magasin des Price. Je fouille un coup, hein, ça vous dérange pas?
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reid, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Ça peut se voir, ouais.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reid, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Ah ouais, coquine.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Ouais, mais il se drague ou c'est moi là?
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reid.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reid. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Sérieux.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reid. Take all the time you need.
Très bien. Codéine, ouais. Alors moi je peux toujours revendre des choses, mais rien de très intéressant.
Dr. Reid, I am glad to see you again.
Je te vole 2-3 petits trucs, hein. T'inquiète pas.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reid? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
Ok.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Bah je te rassure, les deux ne sont plus à Whitechapel, hein. Ils ont passé un petit quart d'heure assez dangereux.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Oh vache, c'est
Have you ever met the
très
famous
rassurant.
Aloysius Dawson?
Yes, a very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Ok.
Good morning.
Alors juste à titre d'information, on a croisé tout le monde, a parlé à pas mal de gens. C'est une très bonne chose. Donc normalement, on devrait maintenant être en capacité d'aller dans le manoir d'Aloysius. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Je peux rentrer là, d'accord. Peut-être plus tard. Il y a des quêtes sûrement reliées à eux, non? Une quête reliée à Usher. Ah oui, la boîte de Pandore, bien sûr. C'est déjà ça. Alors ici, la porte est fermée ou pas? Jardin de Temple Church. Mais est-ce que je peux rentrer dans un manoir d'ici, moi? Alors tout à l'heure, c'était plus compliqué à battre que ça. Les icônes des attaques ont d'ailleurs changé. Elles ont pris en dangerosité. Alors cela dit, je suis en train de m'éloigner là, non? Bon. Est-ce que c'est bien beau, mais c'est ça le manoir ou... Faudrait que je refasse demi-tour alors.